Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 5 or even 7 years, we, the Pi miners, have constantly asked ourselves, what exactly is the Pi network? Is it just a phone-based attendance app? Or is it a pie-in-the-sky project, like so many rumors out there suggest? We have waited for the Open Mainnet. We have waited for KYC. But there is one thing we have never truly seen: the true face of the master machine standing behind this currency. But today, everything has changed. For the first time in history, through legal filings submitted to the European Union, EU, to pass the world's toughest regulatory hurdle known as MiCA, Pi Network has officially revealed itself not just as a blockchain project, but as a massive multinational corporation. Not one, but four. 4 legal entities, 4 seals of power placed in the world's largest financial havens and technology hubs. And specifically, these documents reveal a shocking connection to the OKX exchange involving a mysterious figure of 370 million Pi. Why does Pi need 4 companies? Why did they declare Pi has no value in their European filings? And what vital significance does this hold for your wallet when the mainnet opens? Sit tight and do not skip this video, because what I am about to analyze is information that no one else has told you in such detail. Welcome back to the Pi From Us channel. Part 1. The Veil Lifted. The 4 Pillars of the Pi Empire. Friends, to pass Europe's MiCA, Markets and Crypto Assets, regulations, considered the Grim Reaper for junk crypto projects, Pi Network was forced to strip bare its structure. And thanks to this event, we can finally see the true scale of the iceberg beneath the surface. Let's dive deep into each pillar. 1. The first pillar, PiBit Ltd., the treasurer and gateway to Europe. The first name on the list is PiBit Ltd., located in the British Virgin Islands, BVI. Why BVI? This is the tax and legal haven for over 40% of global offshore financial companies. But the role of PiBit Ltd. Is what's truly formidable. In the MiCA filings, this is the company directly issuing Pi to the European market. It is the legal entity responsible for dialogue with EU regulators. And here is the news bomb. On-chain data and profile analysis show a close connection between PiBit Ltd. and OKCoin, a subsidiary of OKX in Europe. There is evidence suggesting that the cold wallets of this entity are holding or have prepared a liquidity amount of up to 370 million Pi. Imagine this. These 370 million Pi are not for dumping, but serve as an ammo depot to create liquidity the moment the mainnet gun goes off in the European market. PiBit Ltd. Is the diplomatic ambassador, come treasurer in the world's most difficult market. Choosing a separate legal entity in the BVI to work with the EU shows that Pi has been preparing for a centralized exchange listing scenario for a very long time. The second pillar, Pi Foundation, the government of the ecosystem. Next is the Pi Foundation, located in the Cayman Islands. If PiBit Ltd. Is the merchant, the Pi Foundation is the government. According to the white paper and legal filings, this is the non-profit organization responsible for overseeing the entire ecosystem. They hold the power to decide on the disbursement of 20 billion Pi out of the 100 billion total supply reserved for the core team and the community fund. Why Cayman? Because Cayman has extremely flexible laws for DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, and trusts. The Pi Foundation acts like a central bank. Whatever the community disperses, this fund disperses according to white paper ratios. This ensures the court team cannot arbitrarily print money or dump coins on users. This transparency is a mandatory requirement of MiCA. The third pillar, Social Chain Inc., the tech machine. This is the name most familiar to us. Social Chain Inc., located in Delaware, USA. This is the factory, the technological heart of Pi. This entity is responsible for building the Pi app where we click the lightning bolt daily, developing the Pi browser, Pi wallet, and foundational protocols. But that's not all. Social Chain Inc. is the representative entity for signing partnerships with third parties. Do you remember the $15 million investment from venture funds? Or the rumors about a $100 million package to develop Web3? Social Chain Inc. is the unit that receives and manages these investments to develop AI, blockchain, and dApps. They are the face of technology, ensuring that Pi is not just money, but a technology platform competing with Ethereum or Solana. The fourth pillar, Pi Community Company, the Copyright Vault. Finally, and most surprisingly, is the Pi Community Company, also located in the Cayman Islands. Many of you will ask, why is this company needed? Friends, this is a genius move by Pi's legal team. This company does nothing but hold intellectual property, IP. They hold the Pi logo trademark, branding, source code ownership, interface copyrights, and most importantly, exclusive decentralized KYC technology. Picture this. If Social Chain Inc. in the US gets sued, something very likely to happen in the US, Pi's assets remain safe because they are held by the Pi Community Company in Cayman. This is the asset separation model that corporations like Coca-Cola or Nike often use. It turns Pi into a legally impenetrable fortress. Even if a storm hits in the US, Pi's core copyright and technology remains safe in the Caribbean. Part 2. Old wine in new bottle strategy and the definition of Pi. 4 entities, 4 roles: diplomacy, government, technical, and protection. This is no longer a student startup project. This is the model of a multinational technology financial corporation. But the most interesting part lies in how they define themselves in the MiCA filings. What is Pi in the eyes of Europe? In the dossier, Pi Network checked the box crypto asset, but pay attention to what they did not check. 1. Not a stable coin. Pi is not pegged to USD or gold. 2. Not a utility token. Although Pi is used to pay fees, Pi refuses this title. Why? Because if it accepts being a utility token under European law, Pi would be restricted to use only within its own application. Pi wants more than that. Pi wants to be free currency. 3. Not a security. This is the most important point. The shock regarding the value statement. There is a passage in the file that makes many faint-hearted pioneers feel bitter. Quote, Pi has no guarantee. Pi does not promise profits, pays no dividends, and has no shareholder voting rights. Holders of Pi may lose all value. Sounds harsh, right? Have we clicked the lightning bolt for 7 years just to hear may lose all value? No, do not be disappointed. This is the pinnacle of legal intelligence. If Pi promised profits, even just 1%, Pi would immediately be classified as a security by the SEC, US, and the EU. If it were a security, Pi would have to comply with strict auditing regulations like Apple or Tesla stocks, and most importantly, it would be banned from free trading like a currency. By declaring no guaranteed value, Pi is telling the world, I am the second Bitcoin. My value is determined by the market, by supply and demand, not by company promises. This statement is the shield protecting Pi from the claws of regulators, allowing Pi to legitimately list on major exchanges without fear of being delisted like XRP or other tokens that got tangled in legal issues.
Part 3. Transparent Tokenomics and the Green Advantage. Not stopping at legalities, the MiCA filing for the first time confirms the numbers we previously only guessed. Total supply fixed at 100 billion Pi, no more printing. Actual circulation at time of filing, approximately 8.2 billion Pi. This number matches very closely with the on-chain data the community has scrutinized from mainnet migrations. Foundation Fund, maximum 10 billion. Ecosystem Fund, maximum 5 billion. Once these numbers are on the EU's desk, Pi Network cannot simply change them at will. Any change must be reported and explained. This crushes the suspicion that the core team secretly prints more Pi to sell under the table. With MiCA, transparency is absolute. Another huge plus, it helps Pi easily step into Europe, the most environmentally demanding market. The EU asks straight out, does your consensus mechanism burn electricity like Bitcoin? Pi provided an independent energy audit report. Pi uses the SCP, Stellar Consensus Protocol algorithm, and FBA, Federated Byzantine Agreement. No mining rigs, no electricity waste, no heat generation. Statistics show the Bitcoin network consumes about 150 terawatts of electricity per year, equivalent to the entire country of Argentina. Meanwhile, the Pi network with over 200,000 nodes consumes energy equivalent to just a small office building. This is a green card in the literal sense. Europe is tightening regulations on environmentally polluting coins, and Pi is in the position of the beneficiary. ESG, environmental, social, governance, investment funds in Europe with trillions of dollars will strongly favor green assets like Pi. Part 4. Conclusion. The cards are on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, when looking at the MiCA filing and this structure of 4 legal entities, what do we see? We don't see a vague project anymore. We see a preparation so thorough it's terrifying. PiBit Limited is ready with funds and wallets at OKX to welcome cash flow. Pi Foundation is ready with the rules for macro governance. Social Chain is ready with the tech for an app explosion. Pi Community has finished building the wall to protect intellectual property. They separated everything, money with money, law with law, tech with tech. This is a model of sustainability, prepared for a real economy, not a short-term pump and dump. Pi submitting its file to MiCA is like an athlete submitting paperwork to compete in the Olympics. Just passing this censorship round, Pi will be the first cryptocurrency to be stamped with European standards right from the moment of Open Mainnet. Dear pioneers, we have walked a very long road together. This information is not to pump the price of Pi to the moon, but so we understand the assets we hold are backed by a world-class legal system and corporate structure. Don't drop your Pi at the last minute. Don't sell your dream cheap when the dawn is breaking right before your eyes. If you find this information valuable and want to continue with me to peel back the next secret layers of Pi Network, things no book or newspaper writes about, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Leave a comment below. What do you think about this 4-company move by Nicholas Kakalis? How high will the 370 million Pi on OKX push the price? Thank you for watching Pi from us. See you in the next analysis video.